Me versus Timbo 12. What it do, YouTube? It's the Man King Savage DDP. He wouldn't got some good.
A first down throw for Prescott. And incomplete to open things up. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's when he's got to be happy to have
that ball
back. There
got
wasn't a
way
hole
before
open in
that
the zone.
got
You
over
have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
That shit.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
His defender
Picked
fell
up by
down
Brian
on the ground, picked the ball
McDougal.
up.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
I got to get back in the swing. I ain't played this shit all day.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Yeah, I can't not play something, not play it, but
Shoot! Watch the shoot!
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. Some strong running at the 20 and inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down. On 1st down, Carson. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd down, it's Carson, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go.
And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. A 6-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 4 yards the pickup, first down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, gonna touch that motherfucker again to the third quarter by. So bad, yeah, Russell Wilson don't need got that.
Hey,
He would not be touching that motherfucker just for that. All 6 minutes.
There you go. Right there, 54 miles. Y'all not ready? Slam. Single 47. Check three. Check. Lucky. 26.
On 2nd down, Elliott. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
That's it. Boy, look at that O-line ran out there.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Boy, hell no. What man fucked me? The lineman went way out there where a receiver supposed to be at and got in a 3-point stand. Boy, sweet.
Here we go.
Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. To throw is Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
He did that shit again.
They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. A 1st down carry by Elliott. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the 1st down chains are and pick them up.
He's tough, good pedigree. Dad Stacy was a linebacker in Missouri.
Yeah, and how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that, too.
Yeah, I got the best of both worlds. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line.
Right.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, These pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it.
Fuck no.
Prescott to throw on 4.
Oh, that nigga dropped.
Goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, Charles, as we peek back to week 1, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night. Green Bay and their defense. Not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes. Explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback.
It's on default.
Going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry put up 43 points on the Browns.
Well, the shit on default, I don't know what to tell you. It's on the same shit it's always on.
Switch it.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, probably the
a gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Good job right there.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson.
Oh, come on, Byron.
Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Seattle. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now it's Wilson. They'll roll him out right and avoids the contact by sliding. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Mike. Still got 4 down.
On 2nd down, it's Carson, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Here's Carson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Man, that little stupid shit from earlier don't fuck my whole drive up.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Come on, baby. Here we go. 6, 26.
They go to Elliott again. Room here to run. Ezekiel
said, not yet. Not yet,
Savage.
Don't give up on me yet.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
That was Zeke said, Wood. He said, don't give up on me yet.
66 yards as his guys are back within a single score.
My nigga said, don't give up on me yet.
And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
I said, you know what, Zeke, you right. Because like I told you, it only takes one break.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
I need to come up with a different game plan. He's doing too goddamn much.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up. Pick that. Go. Forward. Kill. Explain. Good time.
Throwing is Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson.
Pick it. Let's go. Use the pick. We out of here.
Picked off by Jeff Heath. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
He told me in a dream.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, Where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Elliott. Shoves him aside. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Yeah, he messed. He said he won.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I like when you spread the linebackers. I like when you spread the linebackers because I love that. I love
7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9.
Oh,
Prescott.
Griffin jumped the damn route.
Turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Cooper was the target there. Partner, I want to revisit week 1. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in, because that's a good run.
That's touchdown off of bullshit ass.
And there he goes. The 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson taking it in. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Say it.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Again, it's Elliott. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. 3rd and long for Prescott. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off about the 31.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. They run again with Carson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
4th down. Here's Wilson. Out to his left. He may try and run for this. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. They'll run on first down. Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
I've been playing on that shit since 7 o'clock this morning.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Elliott. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Prescott
that nigga threw another pick. Sleep.
And he's got room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
I knew they'd get.
That's the story
I knew
of the
that game was
They've
gonna be
been
fucked up because
suffocating
I started
all
out
game
passing
long
out
on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by
out-athleting the first play I came down past. What the fuck you talking about,
being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Try this some nice sense, you know.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you going to look? And it caught it up. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try to be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's
on, like, the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes.
And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Cooper was the intended target from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Carson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Steps away to his left, and he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Stepping up, he'll try and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Shit, I really wasn't trying to.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Prescott from the gun. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Now a desperation throw. And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Wilson. And an alley to run. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Cowboys have recovered. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night, everybody.
Well, that touchdown he caught off that screenplay was nasty. Julio. Who? I mean, look who the cornerback that was sticking it. The best cornerback in the game, my guy. I ain't tried that shit, but I want to try it soon. Well, it's 11 o'clock. Who the fuck's that? Timbo, what you doing, man? I got to work this weekend. Who? Who? Yeah. I ain't seen that in about a year now. Sweet. What happened? Sweet. Sweet. Timbo, goddamn. Yeah, he the one who asked me, I don't give a damn who he get. Hell no, nigga, I gonna close my mat now. Shit, I'm going to more shit. Boy, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 kids in this damn picture. Cheyenne. Boy, I ain't seen that bitch in about a year, but hell yeah. Boy, so good, boy, so good, so good. Chip, who the hell is Chip? Jerry Walker. Who the fuck is that? Oh yeah, she do. I'm not her. Shit, I was done with it.
It's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah.
you trying to pick the penalty? Because I don't want to hurt middle of the game. Would I wasn't even trying to get this. Alright. Just making sure.
I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gay.
Trying to get my league game in tonight, man. This nigga bullshit.
My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like the pound. I got it, don't kind of surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for you.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. The Panthers kicker Graham Gano set and ready to go as we are off from Charlotte. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
I tried to name my team, my pro-am team, old heads today, and they said that name already been taken. Nigga, I'm sleeping. You probably last like 5 minutes in some pussy.
Here we go. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Too low. Watch quick. Watch what he's thinking.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. Still churning, and he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shake.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. Well, certainly not how he wanted.
Jesus Christ.
To start his night, first throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Speaking of McCaffrey, boy, he was used a lot in Week 1, Charles. 128 yards on the ground. He also had 10 catches for 81 more yards.
That's 209 all-purpose yards. I mean, he's unbelievable. He's one of 5 players with 10 or more receptions, 120 more rushing yards in a single game in the Super Bowl era. And this is what we saw last year as well, partner. They used him in a big way. He hardly ever came off the field. I hope they're developing an alternative for him so he can get a few plays off this season. Otherwise, they'll use him up way too quickly.
And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 9. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. On the ground, McCaffrey. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now Newton on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been in a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think
this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. We also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
3rd down.
You just be going across country, dropping out of school, and then rolling. Sleep. Hell
no. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up 1st downs.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Here's Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Panthers have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. He's crossing. He's checking crack. Joker, 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 joker.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina! Christian McCaffrey, 32 yards, as his guys are on the board 1st here tonight.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. 10th carry now for Elliott. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 3rd down gain of 19.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Ross Cockrell. Cooper was the target there. Well, at some point during this broadcast, we had to bring up the Antonio Brown saga, and that moment is right now. I got to get your thoughts. I got to get you on the record. What do you think of all this?
Well, when you go back to Oakland, and you know about my relationships with the head coach and the general manager there, but putting that aside, one, never would have made the deal for him. I just never saw him as a guy that was going to go from place to place and be the influence that you want in a locker room, and that proved to be true in Oakland. Now he gets a new start, kind of a fresh start, to put it mildly, in New England, and they seem to be all on board with that. But that has to be the one team that can take him, because they have a head coach there that if he doesn't do what the head coach wants, he actually will get rid of him. If he went to another team, they would try and continue to make it work, and that might grind down a team in a locker room, but that won't happen in New England. So if he's still there, that means it's working well. Otherwise, he'll be out of there fast.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Newton has the hook up here to Hogan. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. That goes for a gain of 31. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
This one fielded it. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 78 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football. Full half
That's
to
a
be
bomb-ass
played. He's
linebacker.
back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
This is a bomb-ass linebacker, Snoop, right there.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
It happen all the time. You want me to pull up highlights?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
On first down, Newton. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the 50, Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Newton. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-51. Match box. Mike.
From the gun on third down, Newton. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Buying time to his left. And caught left side, Olsen. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Newton. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Now Newton on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Boy, that nigga's
They
spinning
only
all
get
over
2
the
there, but
goddamn
on
play.
3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. And
I
that's
tried
going to be
to use the kick.
incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Back to throw, Newton. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
It's a city that sit on the state
offense
line.
now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit it.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Here's Newton. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone.
All right, Snoop, you can have it.